Now for the track guide. Before starting, if you want to improve at a quicker pace, check out my sim racing courses in the video description. I'm sure those can take you to the next level. Now going into the track guide itself, turn 1 heavy braking zone. These cones right here, the 4 cones, will be your reference for braking. You're gonna brake at the 4 cones or at the white line near the cones. You're gonna brake hard in a straight line. Maximize straight line braking by keeping 0 degrees of steering wheel angle. And once this grass starts to disappear from your view, you will start to turn more and more into the corner. We need a late apex around here because we have a lot of grip here on the inside near the white and red curb. But if you get more towards the outside to the edge of the track, the grip will fade. So you must stay into this grippy zone and you need a late apex, you need second gear for this corner and long trail braking. Notice that we're still on the brakes at the ending of this curb. We push the throttle when we go past the curb and we basically follow the white line around here. Keep a very tight line so that you will maximize the grip. Now the next corner is a high speed corner. Your reference for braking and turning here would be this cone right here, this one. When you get almost parallel with the first cone, you will start to brake and turn simultaneously. And you will keep 4th gear. Doesn't really matter here if you try to do something with the gears, you will just lose time if you go into 3rd gear. So stay in 4th, trying to apex on this curb. So with your left tire, it should be on this curb, but on the last part of it. Don't touch it early, touch it a bit late, then push the throttle confidently and make sure you're brushing this gravel with your right tires. You can barely touch it and it won't be an off track and you also won't be slowing down. So super important to maximize the exit as well. Now for this corner around here, reference for braking is a bit hard to find. It's done mostly on feel, but if you want an approximation of the braking zone, will be this concrete on the left side. When this ends, you just go 1 car length in front and then you're gonna be applying the brakes. We're braking here because we want to have a good entry into the next corner. So you don't want to brake very hard in 4th gear, but what you want to make sure is that when you're at the ending of the red and white curb, you're putting the throttle back. Our goal here will be to give a blimp of 100% throttle. So hitting almost 100%, and the moment that the car is parallel with the white line and we hit 100% throttle, then we apply the brakes. So super important to have the car all the way on the right side. We do it with the braking and then we push the throttle to gain some speed back. In terms of approach for this corner, once again, late apex in 2nd gear, trailing, still on the brakes, and on the ending of the curb, we're pushing the throttle. We want to bring the car all the way towards the left side here because we will turn immediately and brake. Reference for braking here is done mostly on feel. So when you're quite close to the corner, you're gonna be applying the brakes. We're gonna go in 2nd gear, and now all this phase up until the second to last corner is all about throttle modulation. So keep a tight line here. Your car shouldn't go all the way to the left side, so you shouldn't be using all the track here. Shouldn't touch this white and red curb. You should stay in the, let's call it center left. And then with the throttle lift, you're gonna make sure that you're cutting this curb, and on the exit of this curb, the car should be more towards the right side. So it shouldn't be in the center, it should be in the center right. And now for this corner, just a slight lift like this. Try to cut as much as you can, try to bring the car as much as you can towards the left side. It's gonna be impossible to bring it all the way towards the left. But then when you see these tires on the right side, you will start to turn, like when this appears in your windshield, you'll start to turn towards the right side and you will do a bigger lift on the throttle. Make sure you're not braking, make sure you're not dropping it to 0, and then pick it back up again in 4th gear using all the track. It's all about playing with your throttle input in that section. Now for the last corner of the track, reference for braking will be this, you see this pit entry line. When you're parallel with the pit entry, initially you're gonna brake in a straight line. You have just a short window to brake in a straight line because then you have to turn. Stay in 4th gear initially, go to 3rd once you get closer to the curb, and make sure you're cutting this curb with your right tire like this. The moment you hit the curb and you feel the suspension, you're gonna push the throttle aggressively, you're gonna upshift to 4th, and even push a tiny bit more than what we did here. But in short, that's a lap around the track. It's gonna be a quite fun week because the racing will be quite close. So I hope you will be enjoying this, and once again, if you want to improve at a quicker pace, check out the links in the video description. Thanks for watching, thanks for sticking around, looking forward to see you in the next one. Bye bye!